Hello, and welcome to this tutorial about the Consolidate media function of Scratch. The Consolidate function in Scratch allows you to isolate all the source media used in a Scratch project and either move or copy it to a different folder, or allows you to make sure that all the media that might lie outside the project media folder is moved into that virtual root folder. You can use the Consolidate function, for example, to move media to a different disk system, archiving your project, or to ensure that all the media is centralized in a single folder. Let's have a closer look. Here we have a simple project that I prepared. This project has just a single construct that contains some different types of source. Here we have a red shot. This is an array shot. And here we have a QuickTime. Now, the underlying media is in different folders in between a lot of other media. For example, the red shot that we just saw is located in this folder, while the QuickTime is here between other files. The Consolidate function can help us isolate all the media in this project, moving it to a new folder. So back in our Scratch project, note that the Consolidate function is located outside the project. To be able to consolidate, the project must be closed to ensure that media is not being used. The Consolidate function is located in the Project Setting menu in the Scratch Startup screen. So here we have the Consolidate window. Let's take a closer look to the different available menus. At the top, the current media path is displayed. The top option list lets you select between Consolidate and Make Local. The Make Local option scans all the media used in the project and moves all media files that are outside of the current project media folder into that folder. The Consolidate option will create a new media folder and move all media used in the project to this new directory. We will use the Consolidate function for this tutorial and then use the Set button to select a new media folder. The next option is where you determine whether Scratch should make copies of the media files or simply move them. Please note that in case the source and the destinations are on different drives, Scratch will always make a copy, even if Move option was selected. For this tutorial, we select the Copy option. Now, before we start the actual process of consolidating, there are two more options. The option Include External Media means that Scratch will include all source media in the project. When this option is switched off, the Consolidate function will only consider source media within the current media path. This option can be very useful in case you're using various generic media, like for example, maths which are used in multiple projects and stored in a central folder. Disabling the option will leave those as they are. With the Render Media option, you can decide to include or exclude any rendered media from the Consolidate. To ensure that there is enough disk space to copy your files, you can use the Calculate Required Disk Space option. This will display how much space you will need to consolidate your project. Note that this is not a mandatory step in the process and that determining the required disk space might be a lengthy process in itself if you have a big project. As you can see, there is enough disk space available to proceed. So our next step is to start the actual Consolidate process by clicking the Start button. Now, since our project is relatively small, the process will be done shortly, but you need to know that a Consolidate can be a long process. Once you start the process, you can pause it, but you cannot enter the project until you actually finish the Consolidate process or permanently abort it, which might leave your project with media scattered over both the source and the target folder. So let's start the process. Once started, Scratch will display its progress. Using the Stop button, we can temporarily pause the process. As mentioned, even when paused, you cannot enter the project, but you can close the Consolidate dialog or even enter another project. When we return to Consolidate function, we can resume it. Once done, we can use the Close button to exit. And now we can enter the project again. And if we now look at the media, we can see that it was moved to the new location and relinked. When we look at the folder, we can see that all the media is in the new folder. This basically shows the Consolidate function. There are a few things to remember when using the Consolidate. A Consolidate always works on full project. If you want to consolidate a single construct or a group, then you should export those constructs first and import them into a new project using the Export or Import option in the Tools menu. The Consolidate is not a trim function. It would always move or copy full shots. Even if in and out points were set, Scratch will always still copy all frames. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Bye!